Hello everyone, I hope that you have gone through my previous video on the same chapter, that is money and credit, where we have discussed about what is money, what are the forms of money, what are the terms of credit, and different sources of credit. These are formal and informal. So in this video we will try to understand what are the advantages of formal source of credit or formal sectors of credit. Now, what are formal sectors of credit? Which institutions or agencies comes there? So, if you see that bank and the cooperatives, all they are the formal sectors of credit which provide loan to the borrowers. So, what are the advantages one have when they borrow loan from formal sectors of credit? So, let us see one by one. Advantages. First advantages is what? Rate of interest is nominal and same. In formal source of credit, what you will find, the rate of interest is nominal. It means it's a reasonable and same for all, right? Whereas in case of informal sectors, there your own influence work. Rate of interest is not fixed. Here in the formal source of credit, rate of interest is nominal, fixed and same for all. Another advantages of formal sectors of credit is no recommendation is needed. You need to fulfill certain formalities, and if you found eligible as per that formalities, then you are eligible to get the loan. So anyone's recommendation is not needed in formal sectors of credit as you see in the informal sectors of credit. Now, third advantage is what? Collateral can be given as per the choice. In informal source of credit, possibilities are there. The money lender may ask collateral as per his convenient or as per his choice, but in formal source of credit it is not like that. Collateral can be given as per the convenient of the borrower, right? Another advantage, mode of payment can be chosen by the borrower. Mode of payment means how you will repay that loan. Okay, that liberty is given, means at what installment you want to repay that loan. That advantage is there with the formal sectors of credit. Here the borrower decides that with what mode he or she or the borrower can make a repayment. Finally, the time can be taken with the borrower convenient. Suppose you have taken a loan, and to repay that loan, how much time you need, that also can be decided by the borrowers. Besides that, there are some more advantages when you get the formal credit from the formal sector, as if when you just repay all that loan within the time, there are also some sorts of relaxation, some sorts of concession is given to you. Again, when you will ask for the loan second time, you will be given more amount. No, your civil will be maintained with a good record. So such advantages are there with the formal sectors of credit, right? That's why often people prefer to take a loan from the formal sectors of credit, but it has some of the disadvantages also. That's why today also, though we reach in the digitalized era, but many of the people, they are basically depending on informal sources of credit. Why? Because the formal sources of credit has some of the disadvantages, and let us see what are these. So the disadvantages with the formal sectors of credit are what? They are time taking. In emergency, you cannot expect getting loan within a quick time. as you are getting in informal sectors of credit. You go to informal sector and in urgency you just ask for some financial assistance from any of your friends, relative, their trust work, and within no time you will be given a loan. But the disadvantages of formal sectors of credit was it is time taking. It need to go through lots of proceedings. Okay. Another is lots of paperwork and formalities. When you want to get the loan from formal sector, then you need to go through lots of paperwork and formalities. Often people get fed up with this paperwork and formalities and they gave up the getting loan from the formal sectors. Not only that, if you see all the population, they are not educated. So they find very difficult or lots of difficulties to fulfill this paperwork and formalities. And as a result, today also, if you see the countryside or in the urban areas also, the people who are not educated, they prefer to go with the informal sectors of credit rather than formal sector, as because of the overload of this paperwork and formalities. If you see, the another disadvantage is what? Low service provider. The quality of service, what is provided in the formal sector is really horrible. I feel sorry to say that, but today also you go and you see the condition of many of the banks in our country. To just have a withdraw of your own money, you need to be in a very long queue. So in the same way, the service providers, in the formal sectors, they are very, very, very slow in compared to informal source of sector. That's why in case of emergency, in case of quick need of financial assistance, many people, they don't rely in the formal sectors today also. Another disadvantage is collaterals create problems. Often in formal sectors, whatever the collateral asked by the bank or these agencies, it may not be fulfilled by all. What about those people who has nothing to keep as a security? Now they have to look at the informal sectors, right? So in this way, after having lots of advantages in formal sectors, even there are many disadvantages, and because of which today also large portion of the people living in our country, they are looking at the informal sectors for the credit. Now, if this is the advantages and disadvantages of formal sectors of credit, then let us see what are the advantages and disadvantages of informal source of credit. So let us see some of the advantages of informal sector of credit. Now in informal sectors of credit, what all comes? Then in informal sectors of credit, your friends, right? Friends, relatives, okay, relatives, money lender, money lenders, okay, they all comes in informal sectors of credit, right? Now what are the advantages of informal sectors of credit? Then some of the advantages are, it is a quick service provider. Within no time you can get loan in informal sectors of credit. You just go and your personal influence will work and approach, then you will get the money within a very less time. No paperwork and formalities. In informal sectors of credit, much paperwork and other formalities are not there. Another, no collaterals required. In informal source of credit, collaterals are not asked by the money lenders. finally personal influence work here. In informal source of credit, if you have a very good personal relation, based on that personal relation, you get a credit. Not only that, mode of repayment, mode of interest, no, how much time you take, all this work or all this depend based on your personal relationship, right? So these are some of the advantages of informal sectors of credit. If it is so, then what are the disadvantages? It has some of the disadvantages as well. Let us see what are these disadvantages. First disadvantages of informal source of credit is what? Here personal relation works. Here personal relation works. If you are not in good personal relationship, then the mode of repayment, the rate of interest, the time is given to you may be more. So this is disadvantages of informal credit. Now interest rate is not fixed. Interest rate is not fixed. Often the interest rate is not fixed and high. Not fixed and it is higher here. Suppose you want the credit from the personal informal sectors of credit, then here rate of interest will be high, okay, and not fixed, okay. You see interest rate not fixed and higher, okay, where in informal sector of credit. Clear? Another, you need someone who can recommend. Recommendation is needed. Recommendation is needed here. Someone should be there to recommend, right? Though paperwork is less, though other formalities are not there, but apart from that, some recommendation may be needed. Why? Because in informal source of credit, if you are unknown to those by whom you are expecting to borrow some loan at the time, you may not give a loan. Suppose with the friend you can ask, with the relatives you can ask, but what about the money lenders? If you are unknown to money lenders, then at the time, do you feel or do you think that loan will be given to you? Absolutely not. But in the formal sector, there your personal relation matters nothing. If you are unknown also, but if you fulfill the requirement, then at the time loan will be given to you. So here recommendation is needed, right? Now mode of repayment, okay? Mode of repayment. It is depend on the money lender. Money lender will decide that on how much time he will give you, or at what mode you have to return the installment. No, that everything will be decided by the money lender. So these are some of the disadvantages of informal sources of credit. So in this chapter, I have tried to make you understand the money and credit and the different situations. I hope that after watching this video, the chapter will be clear to you. But I recommend you must read chapter once. Thank you very much.